Catt Sadler says she tested positive for COVID-19 after caring for her unvaccinated son Austin, who previously contracted the Delta variant of the coronavirus. The 46-year-old television host provided fans with an update on her health and her experience with the virus in a post shared to her personal blog on Friday. In the entry, Catt stated that Austin had contracted the coronavirus over the weekend of the 4th of July. 5 days into caring for her sick son, Catt said she started feeling symptoms of COVID-19 despite being fully vaccinated. Sadler also noted that she and her son had contracted the Delta variant of the disease, which has proven to be much more transmissible even with both vaccines. However, the host reassured her fans that she was recovering well, as she wrote, "My oxygen levels are fine. Am at home in bed. Am not at the hospital. Am not dying." She added that, at the time of writing her post, she was feeling the best I've felt all week. Still in bed, but no fever today. My son is almost 100% better. Sadler did point out that her son was unvaccinated by choice, although she noted that she was not angry at him for his views, writing, "We have differing beliefs and still love one another deeply. We both have a right to our individual choices." She pointed out that she had no regrets about caring for her son and accepted the reality of her situation, although she pointed out that she would have taken stronger precautions had she known what was going to happen. "If I had to do it again, I would. Did take care of Austin. Any mother would. But I would have worn a hazmat suit while doing so," she wrote. The former E! News host, who lives in Los Angeles, previously posted a selfie from her sickbed on Tuesday and explained she contracted the coronavirus while caring for someone who contracted COVID and who was not vaccinated. "I'm telling you this so that you understand that the pandemic is very much not over. Delta is relentless and highly contagious and grabbed a hold of me even after getting vaccinated," she wrote on Instagram. Sadler, who did not share when she received the COVID shot, admitted that she assumed she would be fine because she herself was fully vaccinated, insisting that she also wore a face mask during the time that she was in contact with her son. "Well, I'm not fine," she shared. "I'm one of many breakthrough cases that we are seeing more of each and every day. They said you shouldn't have severe symptoms at least, well, mine are not mild." Sadler went on to detail the symptoms that she has experienced, revealing that her illness has been so severe, she has been unable to leave her bed. 2 days of a fever now. Head throbbing. Extreme congestion. Even some weird pus coming out of my eye. Serious fatigue, no energy to even leave the bed, she wrote. The entertainment reporter went on to urge her followers to continue taking precautions against COVID-19, warning that they are bound to get sick eventually if they do not get vaccinated and wear face masks. She added that any unvaccinated people who are not covering their mouth and nose are also putting those around them at risk, and encouraged all those who have had their shot to remain vigilant and safe, insisting that the vaccine isn't proof that they won't get sick themselves, as she did. "If you are not vaccinated and not wearing a mask, I assure you you don't want to feel like this, and not only are you bound to get sick eventually, you'll be spreading it to others," Sadler wrote. "If you are vaccinated, don't let your guard down. If you're in crowds or indoors in public, I highly recommend taking the extra precaution of wearing a mask," her caption reads. "I'm no MD, but I'm here to remind you that the vaccine isn't foolproof. Vaccines lessen the likelihood of hospitalization and death, but you can still catch this thing. So continue to protect yourselves." On Tuesday, Los Angeles County reported another 1,103 positive coronavirus cases as the Delta variant of COVID-19 begins to take hold in the region. It is the fifth day in a row that the county has seen more than 1,000 new cases in a single day. A month ago, daily cases in the county had dropped to an average of 201. Message, Sadler interviewed Drive. Anthony Fauci, the nation's top infectious disease expert, on Instagram on June 30, when she asked him about the real-world effectiveness of the vaccines. Sadler's post comes amid surging COVID-19 cases across the country, with new figures released on Sunday indicating that there had been a 30% spike in new infections in just 1 week. On Monday, Dr. Anthony Fauci, the nation's top infectious disease expert, referred to the Delta variant as a really bad actor virus, warning that it now accounts for more than half of all new cases in the U.S. The concern is, first of all, the virus itself can't transmit much more readily from person to person. "We know that from experience in our country as well as in several other countries, so you're dealing with a real bad actor virus," he said. Fauci added that with only 48% of Americans fully vaccinated against COVID-19, a large segment of the population is now left vulnerable to infection from the variant. Given the number of people in the country who are not vaccinated, that really is the concern because the vaccines we have available do very well against the Delta variant, particularly protecting against severe disease leading to hospitalization, he said during an interview on CBS This Morning. "We're concerned about those regions of the country, those states, those areas, those cities in which the level of vaccination is really quite low, hovering around 30% or so." On Monday, Dr. Anthony Fauci said the spread of the Delta variant, which makes up more than half of all cases, above, is worrisome because it is more infectious. Daily COVID-19 cases in the U.S. have doubled in the last 3 weeks, from an average of 11,400 on June 23 to an average of 23,600 new cases per day last week. The country reported 135,802 new cases. That's the fifth day in a row the weekly total has hit 6 figures, and a 45% spike from 7 days ago when 93,134 cases were recorded in a week. What's more, states such as Missouri and Arkansas, which have among the lowest vaccination rates in the country, are seeing the highest weekly case rates per capita as the Delta variant tears through their communities. According to CDC data updated last week, the Delta variant, also known as B.1.617.2, makes up 51.7% of all new infections. That's up from the 26.1% of cases previously linked to the variant, meaning its prevalence has nearly doubled in 2 weeks. The Delta variant has been detected in all 50 states and accounts for more than 80% of new infections in Midwestern states such as Iowa, Kansas, and Missouri, where vaccination rates are lagging. At least half states have been seeing COVID-19 cases increase as the variant spreads, a Daily Mail. Analysis of Johns Hopkins data earlier last week found Sadler actually interviewed Fauci for an Instagram video that was shared on June 30 as part of a social media push on the part of the White House in an attempt to encourage more people to get vaccinated. During their conversation, Sadler asked the disease expert what the real-world effectiveness of the vaccine is, with Fauci insisting that the shots have proven themselves in a real-world setting and have been as good and in some cases even a little bit better than they saw in clinical trials.